Alright, Ron and Will, I thought I'd give you guys a video preview of what I did this weekend. So anyway, here's a kind of a stripped down GP1300. You'll notice there are no more decals anywhere. So I removed all the decals. After some debate, I think I'm actually gonna keep the bluish purple cowlings for a little while. I polished them up, waxed them. They look pretty good, so what the hell. And you'll notice that there are no longer any foot pads anywhere. Now let me tell you that this was the most painful job I have ever experienced. Let's see. What was involved? Basically a full gallon of acetone and 2 cans of brake cleaner. Scoot to the other side. Let's clean down that side. There's a little bit of residue left on the back parts, but I'm going to leave that just because the HydroTurf mats are going to cover that. One thing you'll notice I had to do is I actually removed my bumpers. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, there was 5 or 6 rivets that actually hold those bumpers in place. So I had to drill out the head and tap the rivets out just to get the rivets out so the bumpers got removed. This is the hole where the actual water spout comes out of. I did a little research on that. Most guys with the Yamis actually block that off. Some people claim there's a little bit of extra performance improvement, but I can't imagine that there's much with just a clogging up a small hole. So what you basically do is you just take some like marine type Bondo, and let's see if I can get here. You'll see kind of a here's kind of a, if you look on the back of your 1200 Ron or your 1300 Will, you'll notice that there's this head here. The water comes kind of through the pump here, out this head, through a tube, and then out where my finger is. But you just kind of you block this cap up right here, and it's nothing else to it. A little closer shot of where the rivets were popped out of. This is kind of a handheld HD camera, so the video quality is kind of shitty. But what else? I got couldn't find the spark plugs anywhere, so I'm gonna have to make a few phone calls tomorrow to see if I can't get these spark plugs. It indicates that it needs a BR8ES-11. I can only find the BR8ESs, and I don't know if those are exactly correct. So, and then Ron, I know you were potentially going to remove your box here. I actually had this removed. You remove this whole assembly here to actually get back to your exhaust. There's 1 bolt, 2, 3, 4. I'm also going to remove this bolt. I removed this one already. Removed this one here. You can't see that too well. This one will get removed. So all those bolts will get removed, including these are, I think they're called M10 or M6 bolts. I think they're M10 bolts they're called. You remove these because these 2 bolts here hold on this electrical box. So we got to remove this electrical box. That'll allow you to take out the battery box, and then obviously the fire extinguisher and the battery both have to get removed before I take the box out. But like I said, you got to take this electrical box out, and this is how I knew I don't have the D plate. Here's the actual O2 sensor that connects here to where the catalytic converter is, and if you follow this wire, it actually connects back here. You can't see it that well, to the electrical box. If you had the D-plate mod, this would actually be disconnected, and that 1 ohm resistor or that Riva cat sensor would be wired to it. And like I said, from all intents and purposes, it kind of looks the same. You can kind of see this thing right here is where the D-plate's actually can go. So I've been looking at this more lately, and this is going to be one hell of a fucking job. So that's pretty much it, man. What are a couple other things? I actually took the cover off the handlebars. I was going to see if I liked the cover off of them or not. I was thinking about going with some like Renthal bars or something like that. What I might end up, just to save some money in the short term, what I might end up doing is I'm going to re-dye all of the plastic pieces. So like a lot of this plastic, I'll replace the grips here. These are pretty worn out. A lot of this plastic can be replenished by just getting some simple rubber and vinyl dye. If you guys are interested, and all you do is you just put it on a cloth and wipe it on, and it actually re-dyes this plastic black. So a couple mistakes that I made when I was using the acetone. You can't really see it that well, but this piece is actually painted. It's got a light brushed or sprayed paint on it to kind of give it a textured feel. Well, I was trying to remove this blue spot and I didn't realize that this was painted, and the acetone completely just stripped off the paint. So now what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to mask this area off and repaint that. So my fault. That's gonna cause me an extra half hour of work. And here's my gauge. You notice that the stickers are kind of peeling off here. So actually this might be as simple as getting a new sticker for the gauge. You can tell here too that this whole line right here is basically like a scuffed up part of the plastic. So I'm gonna really have to get in there with some plastic buffing materials and try to buff that out, because I can't read the gauge. So no need to replace the gauge, I guess. It's just a sticker. I didn't realize that this was a sticker, so I'm gonna have to try to find that sticker, buff that plastic out. And a couple other small mistakes I made. Accidentally put the rag with some acetone on this clear plastic thing here. Mine's pretty beat up, so I'm actually looking for a new one of these windshields. Kind of a pain in the ass here. I'll show you, Ron, if you want to remove these. You can see that there's a number one of these hex style bolts here, but to remove them there's kind of like a, kind of back up here, you can't see it too well here, but there's actually, where my finger's pointing here, there's a rubber kind of grommet, I guess you could call it, that's preventing that bolt from coming out. So I'm gonna have to do a little research and try to figure out how these things pop out to get that windshield off, because I'm actually gonna paint that windscreen black. So that's it. Like I said, the hull's clean. The bottom of this hull, man, was, you guys would have no idea how white this or yellow that thing was. I know it didn't work for Ron, but it cleaned the shit out of my hull, man. And the rub rails are a little beat, but I'm probably gonna hit those with the rubber and vinyl dye as well, because to be honest, who cares if they got the scuffs? I'll just I'll refinish them by putting the dye on, and they'll hopefully look brand new again. But that's it, man. That was 2 days basically to get all of those decals off, get the ski polished down, the hull cleaned, and those foot pads, man. I'm telling you, I wish you guys could appreciate how much of a pain in the ass it was. I had Lindsay even helping me for probably 3 or 4 hours today. So it would have even taken me longer if I didn't have her help. So, all right, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to throw this up on YouTube so you guys will have a good laugh at work tomorrow. We'll see you.